prostrate with all love, devotion, and gratitude to the reunited three most powerful for all your mercy here as well as in heavens.
I have observed electrical actions which have appeared inexplicable. Faint and uncertain though they were, they have given me a deep conviction and foreknowledge that ere long all human beings on this globe as one will turn their eyes to the firmament above, with feelings of love and reverence, thrilled by the glad news. Brethren, we have a message from another world, unknown and remote. It reads 1, 2, 3.
Please continue watching Prophecy Part 390, Awaken True Love with the Savior to Dissolve Calamity. Nikola Tesla's research and visions were not limited to Earth. They also involved space. During his experiments at his Colorado Springs laboratory from mid-1899 to early 1900, he received unusual rhythmic signals. He described this experience in his essay Talking with the Planets, published in Collier's Weekly magazine on February 9, 1901.
I can never forget the first sensations I experienced when it dawned upon me that I had observed something possibly of incalculable consequences to mankind. I felt as though I were present at the birth of a new knowledge or the revelation of a great truth. Even now, at times, I can vividly recall the incident and see my apparatus as though it were actually before me. My first observations positively terrified me, as there was present in them something mysterious, not to say supernatural, and I was alone in my laboratory at night. But at that time, the idea of these disturbances being intelligently controlled signals did not yet present itself to me. The changes I noted were taking place periodically and with such a clear suggestion of number and order that they were not traceable to any cause then known to me. The nature of my experiments precluded the possibility of the changes being produced by atmospheric disturbances, as has been rashly asserted by some. It was some time afterward when the thought flashed upon my mind that the disturbances I had observed might be due to an intelligent control. Although I could not decipher their meaning, it was impossible for me to think of them as having been entirely accidental. The feeling is constantly growing on me that I had been the first to hear the greeting of one planet to another.
Some 6 years later, Tesla announced his conclusion regarding the origin of the mysterious signals in an article published in Harvard Illustrated in March 1907.
Now, after mature thought and study, I've come to the positive conclusion that they must emanate from Mars.
Nikola Tesla, vegetarian, also believed that in a frozen planet such as our moon is supposed to be, intelligent beings may still dwell in its interior, if not on its surface. When the American Red Cross asked Tesla to predict humanity's greatest possible achievement in the next century, he wrote the following with apparent enthusiasm and positivity.
The retrospect is glorious. The prospect is inspiring. Much might be said of both, but one idea dominates my mind. This, my best, my dearest, is for your noble cause. I have observed electrical actions which have appeared inexplicable. Faint and uncertain though they were, they have given me a deep conviction and foreknowledge that ere long all human beings on this globe as one will turn their eyes to the firmament above, with feelings of love and reverence, thrilled by the glad news. Brethren, we have a message from another world, unknown and remote. It reads, 1, 2, 3.
Thus, Nikola Tesla envisioned open contact with beings from outer space in the future. Fast forward to the 21st century, and humanity appears to be on the verge of open contact with beings from other planets. There have been numerous reports, official and unofficial, on UFO sightings and contact with beings not of the Earth.
Welcome back to Special Report. Tonight we continue our series looking at unidentified anomalous phenomena, what many people still call UFOs, UAPs. Last week we spoke with the director of The Age of Disclosure. It's a new documentary out about a suspected government cover-up over UAPs for decades, which debuts tonight in select theaters around the country, is also available on Prime Video. It's powerful. It features testimony from 34 former and current government officials, including witnesses who have testified before Congress. Earlier, we spoke with another whistleblower who is now a congressional task force member on the UAP subject.
If you believe we have crashed craft, stated earlier, do we have the bodies of the pilots who piloted this craft?
Biologics came with some of these recoveries, yeah.
Were they, I guess, human or non-human biologics?
Non-human.
I interviewed jet pilots that were solid people, perfect. I mean, great pilots, great everything. And they said, we saw things, sir, that were very strange. Like a round ball, but it wasn't a comet or a meteor. It was something. And it was going 4 times faster than an F-22, which is a very fast plane, you know. And it was round, which is, in theory, a great shape.
So when you were talking to these people, was this something that you were compelled to have conversations about? Was this your personal interest?
No, a little bit. It's not a great interest for me, but it's a little interest. I get that question as much as almost any question. Do you think that we have aliens coming, flying around or whatever?
What do you think?
There's no reason not to. I mean, there's no reason not to think that Mars and all these planets don't have life.
Etc.
Particularly in 2025, the presence of the moving object 3I Atlas from outside the solar system generated widespread fascination.
So that object was moving nearly twice as fast as previous things in space. So what made the speeds and size so remarkable to what we've seen in the past?
Well, first thing, it implied that it came from outside the solar system because gravity cannot bind it to the sun. It was moving too fast for that. And the other thing is that the object was relatively big, possibly tens of kilometers, the size of Manhattan Island. And if that's the case, it was 1 million times more massive than the previous objects from outside the solar system, and that was puzzling. It also came in the same plane as the planets around the sun, within 5 degrees, and the chance for that happening at random is 1 in 500. And then when we obtained the best image of it, it looked as if there is a glow ahead of the object towards the sun, instead of the typical tail that we see behind comets away from the sun. And that glow was cigar-shaped. It was 10 times longer than white, and it's just not clear what this object is.
And you mentioned the glow on this image, which we're not exactly sure exactly what it is. Is that what is leading to maybe this theory that some people think that this could be an alien ship?
Well, it's a possibility.
Our most beloved Supreme Master Ching Hai Vegan has confirmed the existence of beings from other planets or aliens. At a gathering with our International Association members in 2007, she graciously shared several passages from her personal spiritual diary.
Aliens exist. Just now the journalist asked me about alien, huh? Perhaps you didn't understand. Alien exists from other planets or are good for humans. The so-called bad ones are man-made for ulterior purposes. If aliens really wanted to harm us, they would have done so a long time ago. Exclamation, exclamation, exclamation. Yeah, and then the technologies they have, they just, with the technology they have, we would have no chance to survive if they wanted to harm us. They just visit for info, etc., like we do to the moon. Yeah, like we go to the moon to check out the moon. The lady before, the journalist lady asked me about Martians, Mars and the moon. Look at that, here I have it. Moon and Martian visit us sometimes. Moon people, yeah? They are more advanced, invisible to human eyes. So are the Venusians, etc. They are not more spiritually advanced, just technology more advanced. Moon people are a little bit more aggressive than the other planets above, other planets, Venus and Mars. The moon saw us come. Were curious but did not mind, as we did nothing to harm them. The Martian, Venusians, Mooners look like us. Big eyes, they come from other galaxies much farther from us. That's all I wrote.
On the occasion of Nikola Tesla's 75th birthday, he had an interview with Time magazine, sharing his thoughts on the impact of the interplanetary communication. The interview was published in the edition dated July 20, 1931. He said,
I think that nothing can be more important than interplanetary communication. It will certainly come someday, and the certitude that there are other human beings in the universe, working, suffering, struggling like ourselves, will produce a magic effect on mankind, and will form the foundation of a universal brotherhood that will last as long as humanity itself.
While we have not yet officially confirmed communication with extraterrestrial civilizations, the search for such signals has become a significant field of inquiry. Programs like SETI, or Search for Extraterrestrial Intelligence, actively monitor radio frequencies for potential signals from other planets, embodying Tesla's vision of discovering intentional communications from space. Interestingly, according to a declassified FBI document entitled Interplanetary Sessions Newsletter, dated June 14, 1957, Nikola Tesla was not of the Earth. This information was received by engineers using a Tesla set built on Tesla's design for interplanetary communication. Here is an excerpt from the document.
Tesla died in 1943, and his engineers did not build the Tesla set until after his death. It was placed in operation in 1950, and since that time, the Tesla engineers have been in close touch with spaceships. The space people have visited the Tesla engineers many times and have told us that Tesla was a Venusian, brought to this planet as a baby in 1856 and left with Mr. and Mrs. Tesla in a remote mountain province in what is now Yugoslavia.
Arthur Matthews, an electrical engineer who was a close associate of Nikola Tesla, vegetarian, wrote a book titled The Wall of Light, Nikola Tesla and the X-12 spaceship, which disclosed messages from Venusians regarding Tesla's birthplace and mission.
To help the people on Earth, we brought down one of our own to live among you. During a trip to Earth, a child was born on our spaceship, which we called the X-12. We landed our ship at midnight on July 9th, 1856, and we decided to leave this boy on your Earth. This boy was Nikola Tesla. We left him on your Earth in the hope that his higher mental power would enable him to help your world, which even then was torn by hate and war, to come cut of the darkness into the light.
Mr. Matthews learned that Nikola is actually the name of his family town in reverse on Venus. This is the town of Alokin. However, Tesla did not live to complete his research and passed away at the age of 86 in a small hotel room in Manhattan. The official report declared the cause of death was coronary thrombosis. Shortly after, all his belongings were seized by the government, and some of his documents remain missing even to this day. It's a deeply regrettable chapter in human history that Nikola Tesla's many designs did not come to fruition due to the greed and ignorance of certain individuals during his time. But people today, realizing the genius inventions and predictions of these scientists, little known in history books, are picking up the pieces and trying to complete his work. A world-class car and robot are named after him, making Tesla practically a household name. It's like Nikola Tesla said, all that was great in the past was ridiculed, condemned, combated, suppressed, only to emerge all the more powerfully, all the more triumphantly from the struggle. We are eternally grateful for the sacrifices and dedication from higher beings who have advanced humanity's evolution.
Don't be near a vegan. You'll be infected with their benevolence.